Hectic.
Hectic. I think it's very hectic. The smart, hectic. We get up at 6 in the morning. We do our, get ourselves prepared and so on. And because our clients are mostly located in the UK, we kind of like get a head start with them. Then I do sort out the emails, see who's taking priority. I source through the emails and see if there's anybody that is needing an urgent attention or not. Then if it comes to the bookkeeping clients, I do that after hours, but our day typically starts in Malta time at 6 in the morning, but it finishes at about 9. Now, I know that's totally against what SmartPA Head Office say, that you're not allowed to work after hours, but that's just how we are able to do our thing, And Guido and I have meetings in between. We sit and talk to each other. It's like a typically day in the office. We get up, go and have tea, go and have whatever. So it's really dependent on what the client wants you to do, at the time that you need assistance, that they need assistance.
Early morning gives me time to do some of my tasks that I need to think about and plan and focus in on without distractions. So I prefer the early mornings as well.
The support that we get from head office, I've said this before, and I will say it until the day I actually go to the Neverland somewhere else. But the support that we get from head office is very crucial to us in our business. And I literally was able to pick up the phone yesterday and just dial in and speak to Monica without even batting an eyelid. She was prepared to speak, to talk to me. The teams, the way that we communicate with each other in teams. For me and for our business, SmartPA is available to us. I know that I can pick up the phone whenever I need to speak to them, and the support, and I always get constructive support back. I would get criticism, but it would be constructive criticism, and it just helps us as a family in the business as well, to be able to run the business properly, or to adjust to things that we have to do.
Radical change.
The change in the business has been radical, because bearing in mind, when I first started with the business, I was on my own. It was part-time. I was just doing it, as and when I could. And then when Alessandro and Guido and Juliana joined me, it became quite a different way of running the business, Not that I didn't have the approach to the business of being, this is a business, but now in the back of my mind, let's call it now the SmartPA Partner, we've got family that now are relying on the business. So we have to make it work, and we have to make sure that we have a unison with each other, and we are compatible with each other in the business. So yes, it has, if you want to call it, a little bit of extra pressure on me as a SmartPA partner, because of the fact that it's a family business now, together with the rest of the global community. But that's where the changes come in the business. Plenty. The fact that we are able to work from home, to be putting our efforts into a business that we know we will get rewarded, instead of working these extra long hours for other people and you're making other people rich. We are in a position as a family to be able to put that into practice, and to ensure and empower our family to actually grow further in the business, So that's for me is exhilarating to know that we are able to effectively, if you want to put it in figures, support 5 of us in the business, just without a doubt.
Well, for me, I've worked in corporate and in small business for all my life, and you're always putting the extra effort in for the boss, never get appreciated for it, and you don't get extra paid for it. Whereas here, you put in an effort, you do it with a purpose to increase your client base, your customer base, or you do it because you're going to get that extra financial reward out of it. So it is totally up to you how you control it. And we could literally be struggling today, and tomorrow we could literally increase by 2 clients, and it changes your entire financial situation just literally within a 24-hour period. And that is amazing because it puts the focus entirely on you as an individual and us as a family working to make the best out of every situation with a client, and to try and make the most profit out of each situation. So we often have meetings with the Alessandro and Juliana, and then we discuss how we can change the business if we're not happy with what things are we not happy with, how can we change it, but it's up to us to do it. And that's very empowering. It's very liberating, because, and it's actually a lot less stress in that sense, because the stress is different. The stress is not you've got to get a project out because your boss is going to be on your neck, and if you don't get it out, you could get fired. Here it is, you're up for the challenge, you're in for the challenge, and you go for the challenge. And it is just amazing that you know that when you put the effort in, you're going to get rewarded.
Things that have impacted and changed. For instance, something where, as a normal working employee, last year when the COVID, when we had all the situation that we've all been experiencing, the children needed to, that time they were in Spain, and they needed to come to Malta to effectively go into lockdown because they didn't want to spend the time in Spain. And the business afforded us the opportunity of being able to purchase their air tickets and their travel tickets to come to us, where normally it wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have been able to do that. They would have been stuck there for another, who knows how long, before they could actually do any moves. So unexpectedness in terms of where, if you had been working for a boss or for an employer, you would have to either take an advance on your salary,
budget over a long period,
or budget over a long period of time, or something like that. Whereas the business was able, I'm not saying it's not a case of where the millions are running in or something like that, but it's just taking that pressure off. It's taking that it's easing it a little bit for us in that aspect. I think also with regards to the COVID side, a lot of people, I think COVID is actually a positive for SmartPA and the business model and the way we do it, because a lot of people were saying to me, how can you work as a virtual PA? You need to be outside my office, sitting there, and I'm twiddling my thumbs, like clicking my fingers, and you have to make my tea. I said, I might not be able to make your tea, but I'm there to help you in the true sense of the word. And COVID has actually kind of like helped us with that, in the sense where they can see that remote working is not that difficult. Remote working is actually very beneficial for a lot of people, I think.
I think people have always wanted to, or a lot of businesses have been wanting to move in this direction, but there were a lot of other factors, location, having the view, having the outlook on a lake. All of a sudden, priority, the corner office in America, the priorities had changed, and instantaneously it changed. and people had to make it work. First of all, they didn't know if it was going to work, and they wouldn't have tried it. But now they had to, and all of a sudden, you see that these big corporates are now taking smaller offices, sharing out, rotating staff members, sharing offices, be out more in the client's face and make direct contact. That's the way it's going. But the virtual PA it's been cemented by COVID. There's no two ways about it. Now, if a CEO was doubtful whether it would work or not, he might not even have tried to see if it would work. Might not even have ventured down that way. He's now forced into it, and he's seen the results. He's seen the results, and we've heard it from numerous big corporates. They've realized that actually putting the responsibility on the individual to work from home is a good thing. It does work, and it works for the company. And it's just expanded, of course, into our sector and our business. It's just exploded, and I can't see it ever changing, because that's been a very big positive of COVID, was people were forced to make decisions which they under normal circumstances would never have made.